Hi guys, my name is Anga and I make random videos. So today, what do we have in store? So as some of you may actually know, I'm Christian. And also I have the very non-conventional thoughts on things. By non-conventional I mean like not the typical Christian, but not necessarily non-biblical. Two different things. So today I wanted to talk about polyamory and Christianity. I'm not going to, in this video, I'm not going to suggest which one is which or what is what, but I just want us to take a little bit of a thinking process and understanding polyamory. And I think it's very common within the Christian community for us to answer things by saying they're wrong without providing evidence, even arguing or doing any apologetics for the topic at hand. Do you believe that human beings are polyamorous in nature, not just in a sense of sexuality, which I think is a huge misconception about polyamory, is that it's taken in a context of sexuality, as if it's some form of sexuality. Well, it's a nature of loving. So if you think about the way that we are with love, we born and grow up with siblings, cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents, mothers, fathers, and we are capable of loving all of those people. And neighbors and all that, our community, we love those people and we care for them. Nobody always ever says, oh my gosh, there's not any more room in our hearts to love a new neighbor or a newborn cousin or a newborn sibling or a step parent. People always want to think of those kind of love as expansionary. So the more people that come in our lives, the more we're able to love them and the more our hearts open up to love them. So I think that is actually the state of the way that we love. Now, when it comes to intimate relationships, I think people constrain themselves to monogamous for various reasons. I think I'm not the most important thing in my mother's life and I don't feel jealous for that. I'm happy that she loves my siblings. I'm happy that she loves my nieces, her sisters, her brothers, and I don't ever feel like I have less of a space in her life because there's that love that she has for those other people. But somehow when it comes to loving intimate relationships, I'm supposed to all of a sudden feel like somebody owes me. So I do believe that naturally human beings are polyamorous. They have the ability to love more than one person. It's not the fact that I rank the love I have for a stranger to be less than the love I have for my family, but it's that I prioritize the relationship of my family and the responsibility that comes with being a member of my family over the responsibility that comes with being a member of a community. So that's what I think what the difference is. And I think somehow the misconception when it comes to a polyamorous intimate relationship, people think that you're gonna love somebody else more than you do love somebody else. And I think that's untrue. I think we connect to people in different ways. I have friends and I connect to some of my friends because of this area of my life. I connect to some of my friends because of this area of my life. And some of my friends, we connect holistically. I have the best of friends. My friends are best. They're best at being my friends, and I try to be the best at being their friends. The idea of ranking those, I would need to create some sort of a comparison ground to rank it. When you force me to use comparative words between those two friends, you're forcing me to establish some sort of standard or some sort of idea of what makes those two things comparable. So I think that's ridiculous. I think it's impossible. Polygamy is something mentioned in the Bible and promoted by the Bible. But the today Christians, once they talk about polygamy, they're like, no, why would I want to be someone's second love, fourth love? And it's like, well, you claim that you wouldn't do something because of biblical terms. So there's no allowance for us to be against polygamy. I may not prefer it, but I have no biblical grounds to be against it. if polygamy is on the table, monogamy is on the table, polyamorous is on the table, I still very much feel empowered by the word of God and who I am to make a choice on which relationship I fit in the most. It was a job to satisfy yourself anyway. But at some point you took that role. And I'm not saying it's somebody's job to satisfy me. I'm capable and I'm responsible for my happiness. And we can't deny the fact that as much as I'm responsible for my own happiness, your presence in my life will influence that. So yes, I can still be responsible for it, even under the influence of your presence. But I am very much responsible for the way that I love, I care, and I do things. But I think this idea of thinking that it's the only way to do a relationship is the one that's becoming toxic. When we think of polygamy, for an example, we think of this, oh my gosh, how dare the men do this? How dare, because obviously polygamy is more common amongst men, one man versus many women. And I think it's an interesting conversation to have, to think about as to why we disregard polygamy, even though it's mentioned in the Bible, even though it's promoted in the Bible. I guess what I'm saying is, I do seriously think that more and more Christians should be really thinking about polyamory. And because I think naturally we are able to love many more people, and because of the constraints of our own selves, sometimes monogamy is not always based on the constraint of jealousy, but very commonly it is founded on that. Not always jealous, and not to say jealousy may not exist in polyamorous relationship. It may very well exist, and you may very well have to confront it as much as you have to confront it in monogamous relationships. But the idea of excluding polyamorous relationships just as an idea of, oh, it's cheating, is actually quite rigorous. And yeah, I know people jump into Genesis 2, Romans 12, Ephesians 5 to try and argue things, to try and argue that a man for a man, a woman for a woman. I'm not saying we shouldn't have the conversation and we shouldn't talk about the fact that the scriptures emphasize, or not emphasize, but speak of a relating concept as being a man and a woman. And I would personally be shocked if the Bible had polyamory in it, because things. So to think of the word as polyamorous existing at that time would be ridiculous. To think of the word gay, for an example, to be existing in that time where the Greek and the Hebrew language still don't have explicit words to define those is ridiculous. And so these are not things, ideas that I expect to see in the Bible, but these are things that we can have a dialogue about because we extract principles from the Bible. So I guess I wanted to say, I wish more Christians could start thinking of different forms of relationship, loving relationships. I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about polyamory, which is a loving, intimate relationship, emotional relationship with people that may also include a sexual relationship, but it's not necessarily a sexual relationship on its own. Yeah. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about polyamory. Would you consider it? Well, I wanted to share my thoughts on Christianity and polyamory together. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment down below what you think. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe, please. Thank you so much. Bye.